Okay, so studying abroad or studying English in Japan, which one you prefer?
I mean, based on my experience, we have to go to the foreign country. We have to live there. We have to talk to the actual people there.
Yeah,
that's the best way to learn the foreign language.
So you've been to America?
Yeah.
Any other countries? For
traveling?
Study, for travel?
Yeah, for traveling, I've been to 30 countries almost.
30 countries?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
The European countries and American, the South American and North Americans.
Okay, so during the shooting, fundamental problem that I had was whether we have to study English with native language people, like native people, or not. Because how I study English was exactly opposite. I talk to all different kind of people, people in India, they speak very different English, and in any other countries, they speak in certain way, which gives me a lot of, flavor. The English is not only American, American film English, so that was my fundamental issue towards this business plan, really. But you stick to it.
I didn't understand what you say, but I thought that people who are learn English or other languages, I want them to imagine their say the vision there, which they live in the American country or Canada or other countries.
So that's what you're saying. It feels like you're studying at the home.
Yeah.
But actually in Japan.
This business plan, I liked it. I liked part of it at least. The target is someone who really, think of English seriously. Not someone just I want to speak English. I want to know English. So that target is, I liked it. But the way to approach this type of people, it wasn't really clear, at least for me.
Like what I said in the main film, my biggest problem was that when you say that your target is people who speak decent English already, but who wants to keep their skills or improve even kind of closer to the native language, but motivation is the problem. Because when we go to the other country, we have to live there, we have to speak. There's no choice. So we have such a huge motivation. But when you still live in Japan, but still want to learn such a high level, I don't think that people have that high motivation to keep it up.
You came back to Japan 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
7 years ago.
7 years ago? California, San Diego?
Yeah.
After this, okay.
5 years ago.
5 years ago. You want to go live abroad again?
Yeah, of course.
This is the type of the people that he needs as a customer.
But how many people? What's the target is too small, I guess.
Yeah, to approach this type of customers, group of customers.
I know
mass marketing. Really,
I know there is that kind of problem. That's why I considered another type of application.
Well, I've actually installed your application. You have a beta version, right? Yeah, but it's still in the middle, probably.
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet?
Not yet.
So probably I installed something else. Yeah, that was a gap that I cannot really sort of overcome. Like Iwai-san said, are you already quitting your job? Have you decided to quit your job?
Decided.
You have decided?
Yeah, at the end of this year.
Already? Already quit?
No, not yet.
Okay.
At the end of this year.
Oh, end of this year.
Next month.
What did you think about it when Iwai-san mentioned such a thing? Basically, he said not now.
That's right. Correct. But I don't want to do that. I just want to continue this business right now.
So you stick to it too?
Yeah.
So are you gonna quit your job and you're going for this? But so for the funding, what do you do? At the moment, you do have
venture capital or
venture capital.
Yeah.
Kind of same thing. So you're gonna face the same issue. People gonna ask, "Hey, how are we gonna get at your customers? What's the reason behind?" And then you're not gonna say anything.
Have you talked to the VC?
Not yet.
Not yet. This is the first.
Yeah, the first.
So the opportunity to raise money. How was it?
Awful.
Awful. Well, yeah, it's really
very strict and it was really difficult.
Yeah, preparation is not enough. That's first things. Because you gotta do the research more. Then you have to kind of expect what question we would ask at the moment. Then you can answer much better way. Otherwise, we feel like, okay, how much you spend before you come here? How much study you did before? And that's kind of disappointing us.
Also, the other side of the coin, like you're very generous. Yeah, if it's the investment, then you set your KPI. If it go over it, then it keeps as the investment. But if it goes below, then it turns to the loans, right?
Yeah.
Which gives you a lot of risk. Or, like for us, in a way, it's nice to see this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, is it really okay for you to offer us such a condition? Kind of like ruin your, part of your life in many ways. So that was also kind of a concern to me.
Well, the other way we can say is just work for 4 more years to get the $100,000, or not dollars, yen, then you can start it by yourself, right? Because you said after 2 years, if your plan is fail, you can return us the 100,000 yen within 4 years. So that's, you can probably work another 4 years to make enough money to start the business. Then you might think a different way.
Yeah.
Because now you have to spend your own money without investment.
That's right.
Yeah, but I'm rushing now, like
Rushing.
Rushing, because I have the big vision in my life, so that's why rushing this time.
Okay. 最後じゃあちょっと日本語で、そうですね。なんか、いろいろ話ありましたけど、野島さんこれで一応やっていくっていうことでね、我々もそれを横目で見ながら、ぜひね、なんか我々に投資今回しなくて、失敗だったでしょって言わせてほしいですよね。なんかね。
いや、もうちょっとね、やっぱり詰めて、リサーチして、彼やった方がいいと思いますけど、やられるってことであれば、最後まで頑張ってやってみてください。
はい。ありがとうございます。
ということで。
はい、ということで、
初めての英語バージョン。
ということで、令和の裏でした。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。